Good morning, everyone. How are you? Good morning, everyone. All right, welcome to the morning breakfast brew with Ian and Keeshon. Keeshon is going to be here in a few minutes. All right, I hope that uh, you had a wonderful week. We are at the end of the week. It's Friday morning. All right, let me know where you're coming in from, and also please um, share and invite someone. All right, that is you need to hear this. It's going to be really amazing. We're going to be dealing with problem solving, but we are going to be dealing with the mind aspect of it. All right, we're going to be dealing with the mind aspect of it. So those of you who are on, as you come on, just share and tag somebody who needs to. Let us know where you're coming in from. All right. Blessings all. Wonderful, wonderful. That's it there. All right. Problem solving. See, we have Cheryl is on. All right. Norton is on. Erica is on. Wonderful. All right. Oh, yes. Ooh. Yep. All right. All right. Let me just share this link out here. I didn't share the link. All right. Hey, Mala, how are you? Guyana is in the house. Wonderful. All right. I didn't share the link. I'm trying to share the link, All right. All right. Okay. We on there now. Right. Last night we had a wonderful business meeting last night. All right. So tag someone as you come on. All right. Keeshon is in the house.
Morning.
Right. All right. So that's it. Okay, so we want to continue on problem solving, and we have been sharing some really powerful principles for problem solving. And I hope that some of you, those of you are on, hey, Reverend Peters is on, wonderful, good to have you on. And we spoke about on Wednesday, we spoke about the R's of problem solving. And I said that when you're faced with a problem, you have a choice. You have to choose because life is choice driven. You can choose to cry. You can choose to pack up your marbles and go home. You can choose to blame people. But I give you some things to choose when you are faced with a problem. All right. And the first thing I said to you, you reply. You choose to reply. Okay. Then you choose to rehearse. Then you choose to remember. Yeah, that's it. You choose to respond. And the last one I said, you choose to rejoice. Remember, life is choice driven, and you will have a choice to make. You have to choose, okay, when you're faced with a problem. And sometimes a lot of people, they just don't do anything. And as I said before, not choosing is choosing. So you made a choice not to choose. So that's it there. All right, Keeshon is on. Keeshon, anything is Friday. We want to touch base with them before we jump in.
Choose to rejoice up front.
Choose to rejoice. That's important. That's important. All right. So what we want to do this morning, we want to deal with the inferior thoughts. Okay. And one of the reasons why I choose to go into this direction, because I'm going to share this with you, that I realize sometimes when a person faces a problem, okay, so there's an outer response and there's an inner response. There's an outer behavior and an inner behavior.
Yeah.
All right. So sometimes outwardly we may possess a composure, like if, all right, we handling it.
Yeah.
But mentally, there's a struggle.
Of course.
And the mental struggle most of the times is greater. Most of the times the mental is greater.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to deal with this morning overcoming inferior thoughts.
Yeah.
Trust what I'm saying, okay? Overcoming inferior thoughts. Now, your thought life is critical. Your thought life is critical. And you will notice with most of the stuff that we are sharing with you, everything goes right back to that mental structure.
Of course.
Yeah, that mental structure it's really critical. So your thought life is critical. What you think about, because in dealing with a problem, that's going to be one of your greatest challenge.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, your behavior. Yes, your composure. But when you by yourself and you sit back, the battle, the voices, in your mind. And remember, if you lose the battle in your mind, you lose the battle outside.
Totally.
Okay, you got to win the battle in your mind. You got to win the battle. So we're going to be discussing overcoming inferior thoughts. So I want you this morning to just put your comments up, share, let us know your takeaway. And don't be bashful, all right? Don't be bashful. Share your thoughts, all right? So your thought life is critical. So you have to think, all right, straight. And I'm going to put this one. You have to think straight and strategic.
Yeah.
You hear me? You got to think straight and strategic, right? Because you are responsible for managing your thoughts.
Sure.
You are responsible for managing your thoughts. And that's going to be a game changer in the outcome of the problem solving process. What's anything else?
I mean, yeah, just to add
Yeah.
to managing thoughts, I'd probably like to start at first principle.
Yeah.
And there's something that I learned that helps me manage thoughts.
Okay.
And the first thing I learned is that we need to ask ourselves, who are we and what are we? And the reason I start there is because when you ask yourself who you are, then you recognize, and this is something my mentor taught me. Say, when you ask yourself those questions, just go right into it, you recognize that you are not your thoughts.
Oh, wow.
Most persons never get to the point where they can realize that the thoughts that's passing through their mind isn't them.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. That's
so
good.
You are not your thoughts, you are not your body, you are not your name. Right?
Right.
And I'll allow you to answer the question as to who you are, but I'm just sharing some stuff so that we can be on the same page, on the same wavelength, understanding that you are not your thoughts.
Okay.
So everything that's going to be passing through your mind is thoughts, but you should never identify with it. The moment you identify with it as being it, you choose, as you rightfully say, to now engross yourself in that specific thought.
Wow.
So that's the fundamental of being able to, use thoughts and not be used by thoughts. You have to understand that you are not your thoughts. So I just want to start there.
Okay, wonderful.
Pass it back to you.
All right, wonderful. So, folks, we are on the same playing field here. All right, we are on the same plane. Who am I? All right, Simala put it up there. Who am I? I'm not my thoughts. All right, because now this is critical, because as I said before, if you lose the battle in your mind when you're faced with a problem, all right, because the challenge is going to be your mindset, your thinking.
Correct.
Okay, so you cannot afford now to neglect your thought life, because incorrect thinking, listen, this cripples decision making.
Correct.
Incorrect thinking cripples decision making. Wow. So you see someone make a decision, and that decision is as a result of how they were thinking. Okay, the battle is in your mind, because remember, and this is why sometimes you go to bed and you get up tired. You went to bed tired, you get up tired. Why? Because your mind, you didn't rest. You didn't have peace. You didn't have peace. You cannot afford to neglect your thought life, because incorrect thinking, what it does, it cripples decision making. Okay, it retards faith and keeps your victory at bay. Oh, that's somebody should document that there. Somebody should package that and document that there.
Yeah.
Incorrect thinking, all right, cripples your decision making. It retards faith because you need faith in the process.
Of course.
It retards faith and it keeps victory at bay. Incorrect thinking.
Yeah.
So overcoming inferior thoughts is critical. I'm going to share some really critical points. I want you to share this live with somebody, text somebody, tag somebody who needs to hear this. This is going to be, I always say a game changer. That's there is a game changer. All right. So guess what now? So you got to be careful of your thoughts because your thoughts become your words.
Correct.
Your thoughts what becomes your words. All right. Be careful of your words because your words become your action. Your action becomes your habit.
Correct.
And your habit becomes your character. Your character becomes your destiny. Okay, that's a mouthful here. So let's, as the guys say, let's back that thing up a little bit. All right, let's back it up a little bit. You have to be careful of your thoughts in problem solving. Okay, because your thoughts become your words. I'm thinking about this. Guess what? Why? Because it affects now what I say.
Yeah.
So what I say is as a result of what I've been thinking.
Correct.
Okay. All right. So be careful now of your words. Your words now becomes your action. So I'm saying it. Guess what now? So I'm acting it. My corresponding action. You remember when we touched that faith, the corresponding action of faith.
Yeah.
Your thoughts, your words, your action. So you see how everything is playing out here. So you see somebody acting out something is as a result of what they're saying.
Correct.
Is as a result of what they're thinking.
Correct.
So the foundation way is
in the mind.
In the mind. The mind is the game changer here. All right. Your actions now becomes what your habit because you do it now. It becomes habitual.
Correct.
So automatically you're just doing things. Automatically you make a decision in a certain way because it's now a habit.
Yeah.
It's now a habit. And you say, how can I change this habit? You go back now to change what? Your thoughts. Change your thinking.
Yeah.
Restructure your mindset. All right. And then it becomes your character. It's formed who you are.
Sure.
And your character becomes what? Your destiny. Your destiny. Your character becomes your destiny. All right. So those of you who just jump on this morning, we're dealing with problem solving. We're dealing with inferior thoughts. Inferior thoughts. Jump in.
Well, I mean, just to add to what you say with regard to changing your thoughts, the best analogy to use so that you can understand how to do it or the process needed in doing it is by putting yourself before, let's say, a radio or TV.
Okay.
If you're looking at a television and something pops up on the television that you don't want to watch, or you don't want, let's say, children to watch, what you do, right? You change the channel. If you're listening to the radio and something is playing that you don't want to know, you don't want to listen to what you do, you change the channel. Well, it's the exact same thing with thoughts.
Yeah.
If there's thoughts that's passing through your mind and you don't want to listen to it, your job is to change the channel. Just like the TV, just like the radio, because you need to understand that the thoughts passing through your mind is not you. Yeah.
Change your channel.
Change your channel.
Change your channel. Change your channel. If you want to change what you're seeing, change what channel that you're locked in on.
Correct.
And that's an awesome concept there, Keeshon.
Yeah.
Really, really. If you change what you're seeing, change what you're thinking.
Yeah.
All right. Change your channel. All right. I mean, change your channel. Change what you're looking. This is serious, folks. I'm telling you. You see, I've seen a lot of folks, Keeshon, really, really stuck when they begin to face a problem.
Yeah.
All right, and they pack up. And one of the things that just jumped in my mind was, I think it's one of the sessions where we were talking about. I think it was Wednesday. The problem. The problem don't change the promise.
Right. Correct.
Right. So sometimes when we are faced with a problem, we think that everything changed.
Yeah.
We think that everything finished. It's stopped.
Yeah.
And that's crippling. You know why I just bring this up? Because it's something that keep playing in my mind. Because most of the time, and it's really, you believe that where you're going, you believe what you're doing, you believe the business, you believe it. Here comes a problem. All right. And you know, that problem now caused you to change your mind on the things that you really was going after.
Yeah, correct.
But did the thing really change?
No. Most times, no.
Most of the time, no, it hasn't changed, you know. Just the problem gives you a picture that everything is changed, but it hasn't changed.
Yeah.
All right. It caused what you call it as a delusion, or it's like a delusion in front of you. Hey, Reverend Gardner is on. Gardner is in Barbados. Reverend Gardner, where you going to be? Last week you was in Miami. The week before you was in North Carolina. Now you was in Trinidad Sunday. Now you're in Barbados Friday. You have to talk to me. I'll take that passport for you when you come back. All right. So let's jump in it again. So thoughts comes through what? Intrusion.
Yeah.
No. This is, you see this Keeshon. No, what I'm saying here, these are principles that shift my mindset. In early in the game, I know this is what I'm saying here is stuff, you know, but it changed my whole view of life, of Christianity, of dealing with people.
Yeah.
You understand? Because I had to tap into some stuff, because remember, when you're dealing with people, I mean, people is people. So you had to have a mind, you know. You had to create a mindset to deal with people and their behavior, right? Schizophrenia and selective amnesia and all kind of stuff. Yeah, I'm telling you. Selective amnesia. Really something else. Really something else. All right. So this was sharing here. This is what I gave you. Thoughts come through intrusion.
Yeah.
All right, which means that thoughts have come into your mind without your permission.
Of course.
Things can come into your mind without your permission.
Correct.
So it doesn't need your permission.
Yeah.
Okay. No. I remember I remember my bishop of mine's good father friend of mine's also from the States. And this man is a really disciplinarian, holy, among holy is next to the Pope is him. All right. So he went to Jamaica, right? He went to Jamaica. And he and his wife went to Jamaica. And you don't listen to what I say. So I could tell you, if he's next to the Pope, he'll listen to nothing.
Yeah.
But you know, in Jamaica, right? Because you went there a couple months ago.
Bob.
Right. So the minute you touch down in Jamaica, I mean, you hear Bob Marley, no woman, don't cry. so here in the taxi, time jump up, bam, no woman, no cry. On the beach, no woman, no cry. In the hotel, no woman, no cry.
Yeah.
Right shoe, all right, bam, and he rebuking, you listen to that, praise the Lord, all kind of stuff. Now listen, so the holiday finished, back in the States, he going home. While in the shower now, just relaxing, taking a bath, my boy's singing, no woman. Just so. Yeah. No woman, no cry. He starts singing, no woman, no cry. He's like, where does this thing come from?
Sure.
So I'm showing you, although he did not even want that thought, because he was in the environment, it entered into his mind, because thoughts come through intrusion. Now, the reason why I'm seeing this, because I want to share this with you, because it doesn't need your permission. However, you can discipline your mind to think good thoughts.
Sure.
So if thoughts come through intrusion without your permission, then you can intentionally put the right thoughts in your mind.
Definitely.
That's the game changer here.
Sure.
Okay. So it can come without your permission, because if you put yourself in the right environment, and all that stuff, thoughts coming in there. When you're home and you're relaxing and you're thinking now, all these things just coming up.
Yeah.
Right? So if it could come without your permission, then you now could sit down and discipline yourself and put the right thoughts in. So you can discipline your mind to think thoughts. Discipline your mind to think thoughts. All right? Okay, so you have to guard your gates.
Yeah.
Jump in here before you come.
Just to add to that, just a strategy in assisting you to change any channel, which is equivalent to changing the thought.
Right.
We need to understand how the mind works.
Yeah.
And what really allows us to shift the thoughts is how we feel. Because feeling attracts thoughts. So remember, the changing of the channel or the switching of the channel is equivalent to the switching of your emotions.
Emotions. Well, right. What
so
you
your
want.
emotion
Right.
is, let's say, the antenna that pulls specific thoughts to you.
Right. Okay.
Example, let's take a look at surprise, whether it be a pleasant surprise or a negative surprise. Imagine two things. Imagine you're walking out your house and you have you meet someone outside without you knowing that they're there, and let's say, for example, they're a bandit. Would that trigger emotions that trigger specific thoughts? Definitely, right?
Right. Okay.
Next example, a pleasant experience. Let's say you walk out of your house and someone that you love is outside waiting, and they're waiting with your dream car as a gift. You have no idea that they even had money to get that for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Now, two surprises, right?
Yeah.
One negative, one positive.
Right.
Could you see how the emotion of whether it be a bad experience or good experience, the surprise itself triggers an emotion that then triggers thoughts? Woo. That's how you change your channel. Now that happens to us naturally. But the reason I'm using those scenarios is because we also have the power to create situations in our lives to create emotions that allow us to change the antenna, the frequency, so that you don't draw on the thoughts that is in alignment to that emotion.
Wow.
That's how it works.
Wow. Now that's powerful, Keeshon. I'm telling you. Folks, I hope you all, jotting down these points, come back again and listen to these things. All right. Somebody surprising me with some Benz in front of my head, Keeshon.
Correct.
That's surprise. That is an emotion that going to the next level.
Yeah. For sure. Yeah. But again, it shows that whether it be negative or
positive, right.
The principle is at play.
The
shifting of the energy. And the reason I use the surprise is because a surprise is something that happens unknown to you.
Triggers
triggers emotions, which triggers a snowball effect down a specific part of thoughts.
Wow. So folks, you're hearing it for yourself this morning. We're dealing with inferior thoughts in problem solving. Okay, remember you are responsible for what comes in. All right, so the last point I made was thoughts come through intrusion, so you can discipline your mind. So let's discipline our mind to think thoughts, to think the right thoughts. So in doing that, now you have to guard your gates, your eye gates, your ear gates, your mouth gate. All right, guard the gates, because these are gates to our what? Our mind, which is gates to our soul. Okay, so one of the things that I said there's a teaching I used to do on trap soul, right? I used to say, we used to talk about gates, right? The gates are your body, the gates are your soul, the gates are your spirit. I used to say that he who rules the gate rules the city. He who rules the gate rules the city, because your body is a city. Okay, your body is a city, and every city has gates or has a gate. But he who rules the gate rules the city, which means you control what comes into the city. Okay, so if your mind now has gates, your eye gates, which means what you look at, your ear gates, 2 ears, 2 eyes, and your mouth. Okay, and even your feelings also, emotions, right? So that's a gate. So because if I touch you here, and there are sensors under your skin, right under your skin, there are sensors, that nerve sensors, and the minute I touch you, it goes through your nervous system and sends a message straight up your spine to your brain to tell you what kind of touch is it.
Correct.
It's a cold touch, a hot touch. Because those are stuff I used to do with the whole trap soul that we used to do, because we went to get into it. Now, the reason why I'm saying this is because if your mind, there are gates now, you have to guard your gates. If thoughts come through intrusion, then you have to guard your gates in terms of what environment you put yourself in, things that you listen to. Okay. And part of that is part of the effect of that also that you mentioned there with the surprise, your emotion, because the emotion deals with your feelings. Your feeling deals with what you experience, and what you experience has a greater impact in your mind than even somebody saying something.
Correct.
That's a game changer. So this is why you see in those conferences and those shows and things, the excitement, the music. It's everything is intentional. It's to trigger your emotion. All right. To impact your mind, so that experience that you get in that conference when you leave home, so you're leaving home, even that when you go home, right in that atmosphere, you're making decisions. Right here. Correct. Because the atmosphere is high, and that emotion, what it does is shift frequency. It's so much things on this, folks. I'm telling you that. All right. So thoughts come through individuals. So let's listen to the I's now. Keep the alliteration. All right. We don't talk, but we don't talk. All right. So intrusion, one.
Yeah.
Then thoughts come through intrusion without your permission. Number two, thoughts come through individuals.
For sure.
Thoughts come through individuals. All right. So you have to be careful of your association. Definitely. Because your association breeds transformation. Your association, so you have to reevaluate and remove toxic friends from your association. Definitely. Association breeds transformation.
Definitely.
That's a game changer right there.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're talking about dealing with inferior thoughts. How these inferior thoughts come? Intrusion, individuals. Mm-hmm. What are some of the individuals who are some of the individuals that are around you that are toxic to your environment? Okay. And because that toxic is there, you're faced with a problem now, and the influence of that individual there is not helpful to the problem.
Of course. And you have to remove them.
You have to remove them. Okay? Association, reevaluate and remove toxic friends.
For sure.
Okay? You deal with your mind. You see, somebody here in this Keeshon, they think, well, the mind, I just dealing with probably with what I read or what I look at. Mm-hmm. But because somebody's saying, I'm reading the right thing, I'm looking at the right thing, all right, and why it is my mind I'm dealing with this is because of probably the individual or individuals you have around you. Correct. That is toxic.
Exactly.
All right, so do some reevaluate your association.
For sure.
Okay. Are you influencing me in the right way? Okay, are you edifying me?
Yeah.
Are you educating me in the way? It's there. Come on, what are you doing? Okay. The third one now, thoughts come through influence.
For sure. Yeah.
Thoughts come through intrusion, individuals, and influence. People in authority, influencers.
Yeah.
All right. Self is sometimes not a good person to speak. Are we going to go to that part just now? All right. Authority figures. No. This is a game changer, because you can have an authority figure in your life, and because of the person's position, because of what they mean to you, all right, things that they are saying is not good.
Yeah.
They're not a good influence to you. But this person is an authority figure, and you respect them.
Correct.
So when they say something, it becomes law.
Yeah.
So you come in agreement with what they say, although you know the person is not a good person for you. All right. But because of who the person is and the position, a position of authority. Sometimes you have school teachers.
Yeah.
Come on. You have people positioned around you. Sometimes you have leaders, pastors, and all right. So guess what? Thoughts come through influence. People in authority, influencers. Evaluate who are the influencers in your life.
That's why they pay influencers so much money to preach to you. And the only reason I say preach is because it doesn't matter what pulpit you stand on, whether it be YouTube, whether it be the Grammys, whether it be BT, MTV. At the end of the day, persons who have influence have access over the people they have influence over. It's almost like a direct portal to their minds.
Yeah. Influencers have access.
Yeah.
Access, and the access is to your mind. And remember, you giving them permission.
Correct.
And that's the aspect, So they didn't force their way into your mind.
No, you gave them permission.
You give them permission. So by you listening to them, by you allowing them to speak to you, that itself, you open up and they're influencing you.
Yeah.
They come in, flow.
No, it's true.
They come in and they flow.
Yeah.
They flow into your life. So you see them manifesting in certain areas of your life, in and flow into areas of your life. That's why you call them influencers.
And that is why you could look at some people and you could tell who to listen to.
Yeah.
For example, let's utilize music.
Yeah.
There's some musicians, right? International musicians. You can tell their fans from a distance.
Oh, yeah.
They operate almost the same way because they think the same way. They buy the same clothes. They wear the same things.
Oh, yeah.
You can tell who people listen to when you look at what they do.
What they do. I do. Wonderful. Mala say bad company corrupts good character. That's good. There, Mala. Folks, those of you on, share your comments, share also the live on your Facebook or whatever you have there. But just let us know, give us some feedback on what you think about this session this morning on problem solving, dealing with inferior thoughts. All right. So thoughts come through intrusion, thoughts come through individuals, and thoughts come through influence. All right. So let's get self now is sometimes not a good person to speak to you. We're talking about influencer and influencers. But remember, one of your biggest influencer is yourself.
Right.
Okay? And sometimes we listen, and you hear me talk this already on the live. All right? You listen to yourself. So broke self, giving broke self advice about money.
Yeah.
Okay? So you broke, self broke, and you sit down and you say to yourself, how are we going to invest this money? And broke self sit down there and giving you yourself now this advice. Boy, I think we should buy some stuff. And you agreeing with broke self.
Yeah.
So your self is a great influencer, because sometimes, Keeshon, we're not at the level to even advise our own self.
Correct.
Okay? I always remember that broke self advising broke self about money advice.
Yeah.
Weak self advising weak self about advising situation. Mentors, coaches, a table of support.
Exactly.
Make sure and establish that. These are some of the gems that we have been sharing with you for a while now. All right. Establish your table of support. Go ahead.
I remember my mentor telling me at a point in time, and I didn't understand it then and there, right?
Yeah.
He said, Keeshon, if you knew already the formula to make $1 million, if you knew that, you would have done it already.
Wow. Yeah.
So the main fact that you don't have it indicates to you that you shouldn't be taking advice from yourself on that topic.
Wow.
Because if you knew, you would have done it.
Okay.
And because you haven't done it, it simply means you don't know. You maybe have some concepts. You maybe have some ideas. But if you knew, you would have given yourself the advice. You would have taken instructions from you to achieve it. So look at the situation. Self-realize you don't know.
Wow. Yeah. And listen to somebody who knows.
Correct.
Let's get it, folks. Get it, folks. Some of you are where you are still in that problem because you're listening to yourself. You know, I will deal with this for myself.
Yeah.
I will handle this for myself.
Yeah.
And you're stuck. You're still right there because you're doing it for yourself, because you're listening to yourself and you don't have what it takes to take yourself out of it.
Correct.
Okay. So guess what? Influence. So then hurt you, speaking to hurt you. Oh my God. Hurt you, advising hurt you about the relationship. Understand? And hurt you, telling you hurt, but the accent hurt you, advice on that thing. And hurt you, bye. All right. Therefore, now you need someone at a higher level. Listen to me. You need someone at a higher level.
Exactly.
Okay. Mentor who has been through it to speak into your life.
Definitely.
Get a mentor. Establish a table of support around you.
Yeah.
All right. You know. The couple last week we were talking about the cultural stuff with right.
Yeah.
You know, and one of the person around the table of support is that cross-cultural person from another culture. Yeah. So when you creating a table of support, probably sometime we'll discuss it here, the table of support.
Yeah.
Because folks have been messaging me about the table of support. So we probably could just discuss how to structure a table of support around you. It safeguard you. Trust what I'm saying. Okay. You have a mentor, you have a coach, you have a father, you have somebody, a friend from another culture. So you know how you converse with somebody from another culture, and that all that mix there is good for you in terms of your development.
Yeah.
All right. Influencer. influence. Make sure somebody who are there, a mentor who has been through and speaking to your life. Then the fourth one or the fifth one is the thoughts come through faith-filled words.
Yeah. Faithful words.
Yeah, faith-filled words. All right. Why? And this is I'm going to bring this on both sides because the word of God cancels improper thoughts. So you must speak life.
Yeah.
Okay, so you don't have the proper word, faith-filled words to speak into that situation.
Yeah.
Okay, because improper words cancel negative things. So your words now matter. All right, and your tongue is powerful. Align your mouth with God's word.
Yeah.
When you agree with God's word, it gives God permission to enter into your situation and change it.
Correct.
Okay, so make sure and find out what it is God's word say about your situation.
Yeah.
Now, so for those of you now who are just business folks, you are on, what are some of the words that you can get? What are some of the promises that you made about your business? Okay, that when you are faced with a problem, you connect to some of those promises that you said that you're going to do, that's going to happen.
Correct.
Those are the things that you speak. Faith-filled words.
Faithful words. Yeah.
Faith-filled words that you speak into your situation. This is a game changer.
Yeah.
Because what you say, because remember, there's the scripture says life and death is in the power of your tongue.
Correct.
All right? You can give life or you can give death to that problem.
Yeah. For sure.
Based on what you say.
Exactly.
Okay? Based on what you say. Because remember, the problem has purpose, as we talk about that.
Yeah.
Yes, it's causing pain, but there's purpose in the pain. Okay? Yes, it's a problem, but it was designed to process you.
Correct.
Okay? And then there's the thing I say, it's designed to process you, it's designed to peel you. Yes, and to peel you. It's shaping you, bringing you into that place. Okay? So folks, these are, let's run it to you again. All right? Thoughts come through intrusion. Thoughts come through what? Individuals. Thoughts come through influence. And thoughts come through faith-filled words. Faith-filled words. All right? These thoughts come through those things. And it can help you. It can help you develop your mind because inferior thoughts will really cause you to struggle when you are faced with a problem. There are a lot of people, when they face problem, they pack up.
Yeah.
They stop. All right? And what it does to Keeshon, it people change their confession.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you start off saying, listen to me, this is where I'm going. All right. This is what I'm going to get. This is what I'm going to do. And you tell everybody, you make your decrees and all that stuff. And bam, here comes the problem. And it seems now like you can't go through the problem. Guess what? So you dummy down now.
You dilute.
You dilute. You change now what it is you're going after.
Yeah.
You understand? And that is what problem does. And sometimes some people didn't change. Some people just pack up and they make a detour. They start something else.
Yeah.
That is why a lot of people start and stop.
Correct.
Start and stop. But you know what that does? Guess what? So you start something else. A problem come again.
Yeah. You have to face the same problem. It doesn't matter what direction you go.
A problem again.
Yeah.
You come out of this relationship, you go in the next relationship.
Yeah.
A problem again.
Yeah.
You come out of this business, you go in the next business, a problem again.
Correct.
Then you'll realize the problem is not really the business, the problem is you.
Correct. You have to transcend beyond the problem. The problem was designed with purpose.
And to deal with you,
Correct.
because the problem is coming to deal with you.
Exactly.
So the problem is not the business, the problem is not the person, the problem is not the relationship. The problem is not that, the problem is you. Like
Correct.
normally I said, okay, so when you were growing up, right, in school, you're complaining, the teacher is a problem. Nobody don't like you, the teacher is a problem.
Yeah.
All right, you grew up in the family, your brothers don't like you, your brothers them is a problem. All right, the policeman stop you, the police is the problem, the law is the problem. When will you realize the problem is you? The problem is you, because problems was designed to develop you as a person.
Correct.
So if you change relationship, you change business, you'll realize the same problem occurred. All right, so this business bad, and that business bad, and that person bad, and that person bad, so then everybody bad. and the problem is not you. When you'll realize that it is you.
That's some people even get down to the point where they say business don't work.
You blame it on the
you
business.
don't know how to work the business.
You blame it on the business. Because if you go to the next business, there are going to be obstacles, there are going to be challenges. So your perspective, when you are faced with challenges, your perspective when you are changed with problems is critical to understand these principles that we are sharing here. Because I'm telling you, everybody are faced with problems. You finish one problem today, guess what? Next problem. You come out of one situation, and next situation. One. All right, so guess what? It's better you become an expert in problem solving. Because he who solves problem get paid. Woo! My God, awesome is all, man. Hey, good to have you all awesome. It's awesome at all. Sorry. So Keeshon, give me a feedback.
Yeah, I mean, this is the fabric of understanding how to control your gateways, and it's something every single person needs to understand, because we do have control over our emotions, which ultimately controls the thoughts that come to us. And as you rightfully say, every single thing that we create is as a result of the thoughts that we think. So this is practically the foundation of creation.
It is. Folks, let's get your takeaway. All right. We're going to share some more things with you, but write your takeaway. Let us know what it is you think, what some of the problems that you're dealing with. If what we are saying makes sense. If it's not, we'll pack up and leave. You get another crowd.
If not making sense, I know it's making dollars.
If it's not making sense, it's making dollars. All right, let's give you some help now. All right. So it's not just about talking about the problem. So let's talk about when you are faced with a problem, you need certain things, all right, in solving this problem. Okay, number one, you need a disciplined walk. Discipline walk. Number two, you need a determined walk. And number three, you need a deliberate walk. When you are faced with a problem, there are three things you need in dealing with this problem. You need to be disciplined. Okay? And sometimes, no, the key thing here in Keeshon in this, remember, the problem is preparing you for your destiny. The problem is designed to prepare you for the business when you reach there. Okay? Because remember, let's say for instance, you start a business, all right? Bam, the business now start. And there are certain things that you don't need, you don't know. Okay? All right? But you can't wait until you reach there to know these things. So a problem presents itself to begin to cause you now to begin to learn certain traits to develop yourself. So when you reach there, so at this level, you're making 100,000. Okay? At this level, you're making 50,000. So there are problems at this level. There are 50,000 problems. There are 100,000 problems. Okay? But on this level, there's $1 million problems. Okay? But the $50,000 problem is helping you to learn certain traits to prepare you for the $1 million problem. Is it making sense?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay? So there are things you need to learn at this level here. And if you miss this here with this problem here, because the problem comes with purpose, if you miss the purpose of the problem at this level, then when you reach here, you ain't gonna be ready. You ain't gonna be ready. Because the problem is preparing you for purpose. Okay? So you need to be disciplined. It's a disciplined walk. And anytime you see walk is progress. Okay, walk is progress. So it's a disciplined walk. All right? And then it's a determined walk. It's building determination. So which means it's causing you to stick-to-itiveness. To stick-to-it. Okay, so you're not going to give up. So you got to be determined. So a problem presents itself, guess what? You want to give up, but you have to be determined. You didn't see the money. You didn't see nobody is supporting you. But yes, you're going. You're determined. Determination. You got to be determined. Like Les Brown say, you got to be hungry. Hungry for success. Hungry for wealth. Hungry to help people. Hungry to feed families. You got to be hungry. Come on, those of you who are hungry there. Come on. And sometimes people are not hungry, they're not hungry.
Yeah.
Okay? So you need to be determined. All right? And then you need deliberate walk. See, touch there.
Yeah, definitely. Discipline, and you know, the first D.
Yeah.
What people don't realize is that discipline is actually making a decision and following through with it, irrespective of how you feel. That is what it's about.
Wow.
So it has nothing to do with how you feel. And some people actually make decisions based on how they feel. It's not about your feelings. Once you make that, once you decide to go after something, you do it relentlessly, regardless of how you feel. You have to be disciplined.
Let me get a testimony, Debbie. Can I testify? Can I testify? Can I testify here? No, I start my challenge now. I don't get my challenge. I'm 30-day challenge, my push-ups and thing, right? But someday I say, boy, this thing really hard. and you know, you mentioned you said determination.
Yeah.
All right. So if I wasn't determined, I would have stayed in my bed and sleep.
Yeah, for sure.
Because it has nothing to do with how I feel.
Correct.
Because I didn't feel like getting up. my stomach hurt to me, my leg. I said, boy, I'm thinking about age.
Yeah.
Okay. It's a mind.
Yeah.
But if I wasn't determined, to say, listen, hey, I'm going through this. I'm going through this.
Correct.
That is my determination. And as you mentioned that day, it has nothing to do with how you're feeling.
It has nothing to do with how you feel.
Get that? I tell you, this thing is something else.
So sometimes you have to walk towards your goal and cry all your way walking, but never stop walking.
Don't stop moving. Don't stop moving. Don't stop moving. Let me share next story again. So this I heard this some years ago, right? And this is the win with don't stop, keep moving. So a father and his son was driving in Texas, and they're going to the other side of the state. All right. And while they're going through, a storm came.
Right.
All right. And wind, when I say storm, heavy wind, rain, you can't even see. All right. And like tornadoes and things, and they're going through, fire driving a truck. Right. No, they was driving a car. And when they're going through now, the son saying to the father, stop. Daddy, stop, let's park up. Because while they're moving, they see other vehicles park up.
Okay.
Trucks park up. Cars park up. Van park up. And the son only saying to the father, Daddy, let's stop now, let's stop.
Yeah.
And Daddy said, no, let's go. You will understand why. Let's go. And they keep driving, they keep moving. Bam, all of a sudden, they're out of the storm. And there's a calm.
Wow.
And the father looked at the son looked at the father, and he said, Daddy, I don't understand. And he said, son, no matter what you face in life, keep moving.
Exactly.
Keep moving. And I'm saying to somebody here, no matter what obstacle, what challenge, keep moving. Don't stop.
Yeah.
All right. And for those of you who go to church and thing and you're on, all right, through the fire, through the storm, through the rain. All right. Don't stop. He said he will take you through.
Correct.
All right. Through the wilderness, through the Red Sea, through the fire, through everything was true.
Correct.
All right. Don't stop, no matter what you face. Why? Because the storm. So all the vehicles who stop, they stop in the storm.
Yeah. So they're experiencing the storm.
All right. But if you keep on moving, storm don't last always.
Correct.
Okay. So somebody you get that. So discipline, the 3 Ds: discipline, determine, and deliberate. Deliberate action. Come. All right. So what you believe have a direct effect on how you see yourself.
Exactly.
Okay. What you believe have a direct effect on how you see yourself. And that is critical, because you said something, you asked some question in the beginning, which was critical. And I saw I think Mala put it up somewhere here, the question that you asked. All right.
Who am I?
Yeah, who am I? Okay. Knowing those things is critical. Because when you face a problem, Keeshon, remember your problem is telling you something contrary to who you are now.
Yeah, correct.
Okay.
Correct.
And if you believe what the problem is saying, come on, you're gonna stop. You can't. So guess what? So what do you believe? And how do you see yourself? So we start with questions, we end with questions. What do you believe? Establish it, establish that at the beginning of the journey. So when things change in the process of the journey, okay, your behavior, all right, your decisions are going to change. You're going to be constant. So what you believe, and then how you see yourself. Because if you look at your problem, because your problem speaks to you, your problem will tell you you're not educated. Your problem will tell you you don't have no money. Your problem will tell you you make a mistake and who are you and all that stuff. Your problem will tell you those things. And that not only your problem though, people now will begin to tell you what the problem telling you. Yeah. So people will come in agreement with the problem and say you're not qualified.
Correct.
And guess what? You will start to believe your problem and you start to believe people. But guess what? It don't change. You got to be established in how do you see yourself.
Exactly.
All right? Be your own change agent. I heard Dr. Trim say this years ago. I'll never forget it. You have to be your own change agent. Okay. And when you change, things around you and people around you will facilitate your change. Of course. So you want people to change. No, when you change, people around you facilitate. So be your own change agent in your problem-solving pursuit. I like this. Your problem-solving pursuit. All right? Your problem-solving pursuit. Yeah. So it starts with you. All right? It starts with how you see yourself. All right? What you are saying about yourself.
What's important?
Jump in there.
Yeah, I mean, going through the fire, as you rightfully say, you know, you have to be consistently speaking to yourself. Pulling on the word, of course, because you're going to have some faith, which is taking consistent action without actually seeing what you're going after right now, and believing it's going to happen.
Wow!
And as we always say, right, there's without faith, it's impossible to please God. So you have to take that step. You have to keep walking.
Yeah.
And irrespective of the storm, irrespective of the trial, irrespective of the tribulation, irrespective of the naysayers.
Wow! I'm telling you.
You have to keep going.
You have to keep going. You have to keep going. One of the things that your instrument of change. Listen, this is going to help somebody here. Your instrument of change is your mouth.
Yeah, it is. It is.
All right. Your instrument of change is your mouth. Your mouth is a key. It's a weapon. Yeah, it's a tool. That's the instrument that you're going to use to change things. Yeah. Okay. Then, so your mouth and the place where God is releasing the information is in your mind. Yeah. So we say it. Your instrument of change is your mouth, and the place where God is releasing the information is in your mind. So guess what? So if my instrument is my mouth and the place of information is in my mind, then guess what? I have to guard what comes in here. I have to guard what comes in through my eyes and through my ears and through my association. Because guess what? I want the right information. Correct. I want the right information so that my mouth could get it. Yeah. My mouth, because my mouth is not just speaking anything. My mouth is connected to my mind. Yeah. Your mouth is connected to your mind. From the mind to the mouth. It's connection. Yeah. From the mind to the mouth. What it is that is in your mind. Then guess what? Then what I look at, we come back to the gates. Yeah, then what I listen to. So take some time and put the right stuff in that information area. All right, because you're speaking as a result of your thinking. How you see yourself affects the quality of decision you make. How you see yourself. How you see yourself, like the spies, grasshopper mentality. Yeah. All right. Joshua and Caleb then didn't see themselves as not taking this. No. We 430 years we in slavery, and we have an opportunity to take milk and honey and land. And you telling me about giants? No. And I look back, I don't want to go there. I'm telling you, and sometimes some individuals, when you come in from a place of where there's suffering and struggling, and you have the opportunity now to seize the moment. Come on, you have to get it. You gotta get it. Correct. You gotta get it. All right. So how you see yourself affects the quality of your decision, because the spies saw themselves like grasshopper. Yeah. So it affects the quality of their decision. So they couldn't go and take it. Yeah. Because they said to themselves they cannot see it. All right. And also, what again there? See yourself as God sees you, healthy, prosperous, blessed, living, victorious. See yourself how you see yourself in the next 5 years, 10 years. Yeah. That's how you see yourself. Have a constant picture of that. All right. So especially when you face with problems, go back in that room and lock up and rehearse that stuff. Come on. Get that picture and look at it again. Remind yourself. Go back in your vision environment and keep reminding yourself of how it's supposed to be. All right. Like for me, I'm in my 30 days fitness and I have a picture of how I want to look. I go back and watch out myself. I go back and I say, hey, and that's the stomach you want, that's the arm you want. Understand? And I go encourage myself. All right. Go back in that environment. Okay. Go back in that environment. Remove the limitations on your mind and do not limit God.
Correct.
Do not limit God. All right? What's your takeaway, folks? What's your takeaway, Keeshon?
Discipline. Do it anyway.
Woo!
Do it anyway.
Discipline. Folks, share your discipline. Malarel blew up with chat this morning. Guyana blew up the chat this morning. Good to have you all, Mala. Oh, God. I want to think Mala like good stuff. All right, my takeaway. I am not my thought, all right? To guard the gates of my thoughts and intentionally think through that God has for me. Remember, rehearse. Ooh, mother, that's not girl. You're a good student, girl. Wonderful, mother. All right, some thoughts. Some through the water, some through the floods. All right, fire. Some through the blood. That's it. Wow. So, folks, just share your takeaway here this morning. We are about to come to an end. Keeshon, what your takeaway was? What say your takeaway was?
Discipline. Do it anyway.
Discipline. Do it anyway. Remember, deliberate, discipline, determined. The 3 Ds. All right. Remember how thoughts come: intrusion, individual influence, and by faithful words. Remember those things. Go back and listen to this again, folks. Listen to me. If this session has been a blessing to you, if it will help you, I want you to do me one favor. I want you to tag someone and share it on your social media link or something like that there. And I want you to leave a comment. If you haven't started following us yet, follow us, tag there, minding my business. All right. Morning Breakfast Brew with Ian and Keeshon. All right. That's what's there. That's there. All right. Change the channel. My God. We finally hit the people. All right. It's talk, current circle, your current circle. All right, is no toxic people equals less negative thoughts. Wonderful, that's self. All right, what's in your mind will come true, folks. Listen to me. These you could go on and on. All right, but you know the live is going to be up. Go back again, listen it. All right, share it, take your notes, okay, and implement the stuff in your life. All right, so blessings. Have a blessed weekend. Have a successful weekend. Remember, I always say, stay blessed and don't ever be stressed. Love you.